Hello, guys. Welcome to the Soft and Tender podcast. My name is Sandra, and I am your host. So, for my regular listeners, welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. And yeah, so you guys, I know it's been way too long. I know. The last episode I dropped, I think I dropped it on the 5th of March. Like, that's so long. International Women's Day came around, Mothering Sunday came around, and you guys deserved an episode from me for both celebrations, but you guys know the usual. Life happens. So you guys don't worry. I'm going to be more consistent. Like, I'm saying it now. Like, I know there was a time consistency was just my thing, and then it crashed. But don't worry. I'm going to get new, clean, energetic fuel and be here for you guys. So, shout out to my people in Chile for joining us. I'm so glad to have you. And yes, you guys, we are now listened to by people in 20 countries. Like 20 countries, you guys know what that means. That's insane, and I'm so happy, and I'm so glad to have you guys here. Thank you for always sharing. Thank you for always listening. Thank you for adding to your playlist. Thank you for following. All of that. Thank you. And of course, thank you to God for making this happen. So you guys, like, there's a lot of things to catch up on. First and foremost, today is Tuesday. Yes, today's Tuesday. And yeah. So what has happened over the last couple weeks? I think I don't know if I told you guys in the last episode, which was at Badu, but I think I did, right? Like that the president-elect is now Tinubu. Then what has happened since then? There was a governorship election, and you guys, in my state, the candidate I wanted got elected. So like that was crazy, exciting. I was so happy. Clearly, some states did not have, the news they wanted, but God's day. Anyway, guys, International Women's Day. What happened that day? Yeah, I think I dropped a post on Instagram on the Soft and Tender podcast page, which is at Soft and Tender podcast. You guys, like, really easy. Then what else? Nothing really. Then Mothering Sunday came. Okay, so you guys, on Mothering Sunday, I think that was 2 Sundays ago, I saw a lot of people, like everybody, including me, were like, "Oh, Happy Mother's Day." I said, oh, wait, before I get to my point, let me tell you guys what happened. So I was going to send Happy Mother's Day text to a couple of mothers in my life, right? And then I composed this message. And, like, I didn't really compose it. That's just the summary. I took different messages that I found on Google, edited them, and made them into, like, a mini episode that was, like, 6 lines, right? And I started sending it to different people. For some, I edited it to suit who they were to me. For some, I did not. I just sent it like that. And I'm sure those people would have known that. Like, somebody even responded and said that it was a beautiful message. Like, in my mind, I'm thinking, like, she could clearly tell that it was not composed by me. And I just, like, put together a bunch of messages and sent it to her. So I hope they pardon me. Thankfully, there's, I believe, going to be another Mother's Day soon. So I'll make sure to plan before time and write personal messages for each of the mothers in my life. But yeah, guys, so the point I was trying to make was that a good number of people were saying Happy Mother's Day, wishing their mothers, biological, adopted, mentors, mothers in their life in general, a Happy Mother's Day. And then I saw a couple people coming to rain on our parade and saying that it was actually Mothering Sunday and not Mother's Day, and that the history of Mothering Sunday is the celebration of a Catholic church in England as like the mother the mother of all Catholic churches in England, basically. So that was the day where they celebrated like the mother church. I don't know if you guys get, because that was the church that gave birth to all the other Catholic churches in England, or maybe Europe. I don't know. I think it was England. So people were like, so it's not Mother's Day, it is Mothering Sunday. And I'm like, fine, if that's the history and it has evolved to be a Mother's Day, why you don't rain on my parade? Don't you dare. But yeah, I mean, to each his own. If they didn't wish their mother happy Mother's Day, that's them, man. Like I said, to each his own. So today, we're gonna be talking about gurl-kowd. So a couple weeks ago, probably over a month ago, there was this clip that was making its rounds on social media. I think it was of a girl saying that nobody should like tell her to respect gurl-kowd, and like she could basically date her friend's ex and all of that. And I thought about it, right? And I was thinking, really, let's be honest. Like, I have a friend that says, oh, your friends owe you a certain level of love, a certain level of loyalty, a certain level of trust, yada, yada, yada. But I am of the opinion that nobody really owes you anything. And if they do stuff to you, if they're loyal to you, if they trust you, if they are there for you, if they support you, if they, contribute to the betterment of your life, I believe that those are good people, and it is not their duty to do so, and they're not obliged to do so. They're just doing it because of the relationship you have and the love they have. Like, it's not a must. They could choose to not do it, right? And like, they don't owe you anything. Let's be real. Nobody really owes you anything, except like they actually owe you, and you did a favor for them, and like, yeah, now you owe me one. Like, that's a completely different ball game entirely. So I was speaking to my sister, because when all this social media stuff come, me and my sister always like have a chat about it. And most of the time, majority of the time, we have two different opinions. A few times, we have the same opinion and feel the same way about things. By the way, you guys go and add my sister's podcast. Her podcast name is The Unconventional Christian. So, and her name is Monioluwa. So you can either search for Monioluwa, which is spelled as MONIYEOLUWA, or search for The Unconventional Christian Podcast. So available everywhere podcasts are available. So yeah, guys, moving back to the talk. So we spoke about it, and I don't even remember what her opinion was really, because like I said, it's been a really long while since that matter came up. So, but I was really thinking about it, right? And I had a situation with two of my friends where somebody was in a situationship, and then she was angry that her friend ended up dating the guy she was in a situationship with, and felt like the friend should have asked for permission, and that just ruined their friendship, all of that. Like, I understand where she's coming from. I understand completely. But let's be frank, she really never really dated the guy. And the friend that ended up dating the guy said that when she went to meet her, the babe said she was cool. So, but at the same time, I guess that's where the gurl-kowd comes in. And like, you don't want to mess with somebody that your friend has messed, whether they dated, whether they were in a situationship, whatever the relationship they were in was titled. The fact that they had been together in a romantic way, or that they had romantic feelings for each other, means like, that's a no-go area. So, but like I said, each people feel different ways. So I personally had a friend that I was friends with, obviously, and there was this guy. So by the time me and this guy started talking, I did not know that like he and my friend had dated in the past. I did not know. Like, we're already pretty close when we didn't date home, but we're already pretty close when people started telling me, like, I was hearing murmurings all around. And then so I'm like telling my friend, like, bro, like, I don't understand what's happening, what's up with this girls, why are they talking, blah blah blah. And she's like, oh, okay, maybe it's because her and that guy dated before, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, oh really? Like, I did not know. Like, well, me and this guy have been talking for a while, and I did not know that you guys have history, because I did not know you then. Like, we literally just became really close friends. So are you chilled with it? What's happening? And she's like, oh yeah, she's way over it. Like, she's not interested. And that's why she didn't say anything, because like she could care less, and that we could continue being friends, and if it becomes a relationship later, that's fine with her, blah 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 blah. So, and then I asked the guy, I'm like, oh, you didn't tell me that, this guy was, you didn't tell me that you and this babe had a relationship, all of that. And then he was like, well, that was a long time ago, and that he didn't think it mattered, and that since me and the girl were friends, like, blah, 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 blah. So now, in that kind of situation, like, was what I was doing wrong? Like, was I wrong to continue, my friendship with that guy, a friendship I knew that could become something else? Was I supposed to like end it? I'm like, oh, okay, you're in no good area because you dated my friend, blah blah blah. Now, granted that me and the girl were not friends at the time they were dating, I did not know that they ever dated, and me and this guy had started talking before I found out. Like, what exactly was I supposed to do? And when you think about these things, right, I feel like it sometimes depends on the situation. For instance, if you guys know Dave, right? Dave is a rapper, a British rapper. There's this song he has, which is titled Leslie. So Leslie, like, he tells a story. I think I really like Dave's rap. It's been a while since I listened to him, but he tells stories in his music, right? So in this particular song, Leslie, Leslie has a friend. I've forgotten the friend's name now. And Leslie's man is toxic, and he is violent and everything. So Leslie's friends always there to encourage her to break up, encourage her to end the relationship, yada yada yada. I think Leslie does at some point, and then she gets back together with him, and then this time she's pregnant, and then her friend is like, you can't do that, blah blah blah, but regardless, I'm going to support you, all of that. And then one day Leslie closes from work early and is headed home, and then instead of taking the train or the bus, she decides to take a cab because she's like exhausted, she's pregnant, all of that. And then she gets home, and then she sees a lady's shoes at the door. So long story short, she goes upstairs and finds out that the girl her boyfriend is cheating on her with is her friend, the friend that has been telling her to break up, the friend that has been supporting her, the friend that housed her when she moved out and she and the guy got separated, all of that. And then when you hear, I don't know if the story is real, I don't know if it's just lyrics, I don't know, but I'm sure it does happen in life, because really, let's be honest, there's nothing that's new under the sun, right? So hearing that, I'm like, fine, like, even if this is fiction and this is not real, it has happened to people in different forms, in different ways, and this thing does really happen. Like, there are certain boundaries that girls should not cross. Like, people, not even just girls, people should not cross, right? So if I have a good friend and she's okay, you guys know Money Heist, right? Those of you that don't know should go and watch it. Let me be honest, I've not finished watching it. Maybe I'm still in like season 1, I really don't know. But I know that in Money Heist, the investigator, the police, the detective, I don't know what her role was, I know she was a police officer. She had separated from her husband because he was beating her and all of that. And her sister, like same mother, same father, she didn't just sleep with the ex-husband. She didn't just date the ex-husband. She married the ex-husband. That's a boundary I would personally never cross. And that's a boundary I would completely disagree with anybody that decides to cross it, right? So there's some boundaries that nobody should cross. So when your friend or your sister is being abused, God forbid, and then you now decide to even be friends with that person, like, Are you condoning their actions? Are you making excuses for them? Are you victimizing the victim? Like, what exactly is your plan? What exactly is your point? Like, it makes zero sense to me, you guys. Zero sense. So in situations like that, I'm like, people are wicked. People are wicked. Oh, people are wicked. So then in some other cases, like if for instance the like, okay, let's say two friends now, right? They have one of them, let's say A is dating a guy, and okay, you guys, let me give you another story. Oh. So on Instagram, there's this page, Diary of a Nigerian Girl, that's run by Ife. So Ife posts a story, like people write to her, right? So in that story, it was a real life thing, clearly. In that story, right, this lady and her sister are friends with a couple. Now the sister is closer to the wife than she is to the wife, so it's like she's friends with the wife basically because of her sister. So all of them run in the same circle, and clearly then the husband is involved because the woman is married, right? So the wife, like, right, dies, and then the man is widowed, and her sister is heartbroken. Like, everybody's heartbroken. She said she was also heartbroken, but to be frank, she was not really close with the girl, with the wife that died. So she moved on easily, but like her sister is clearly still mourning. Now the gag is she and the husband have been dating, and now they're ready to announce their relationship to everybody around, but like she's worried because her sister is clearly still mourning. So now I'm like, hold up. Like, we need some background here, yo. We need some background. Some good background. Like, you guys can't, like, his wife can't just die and then you guys are dating. Like, it makes no sense to me, man. So she says that, so clearly she gives background. And then she's like, the husband had been hitting on her before his wife died, and they both had a discussion and agreed that it was a relationship they could not pursue because, like, he had a wife. I mean, so my sister, when me and my sister discussed, my sister is like, first and foremost, you have a wife. Why are you discussing such with another woman? Why are you interested with another woman? But let's be frank, right? Being married does not stop you being attracted to other people. That's just reality. Anybody that believes that it should not be so is just deceiving themselves. Now, the question is, how much self-control do you have? And how transparent are you with your partner to be able to let them know that, okay, I feel this way and I have no intention of chasing this, but just for you to know that kind of thing, and then they can work on it together. Maybe stop going to gatherings where that person is involved. Do intentional things to stop the feelings and to stop it from possibly growing. Like, basically cut it off at the neck. So, like, where, when, how did you guys get to have a conversation when this man's wife was still alive, and then you guys said that, yeah, you're both attracted to, like, what? Like I said, nobody can stop who they're attracted to. But there are some things you should know. For instance, genotype. My friend was telling me the other day that there's this guy that likes her. She likes the guy too. And the guy says he's AS. She's also AS. There's no way the relationship is happening. Like, that's an automatic boundary. By the way, in case one friend thinks he's one, it's some of my friends that have told me these things. How ironic. So, yeah, the two of you don't know yourselves, but yeah. So why? So now they know that if they chase it or if they let it grow, it's just going to be a fling and nothing serious. Like, they can't get married, they can't have children, because nobody's going to be wicked and intentionally bring sickle celled children into the world. So why don't you have automatic boundaries that, oh, fine, I'm attracted to this man, and then I found that he's married? Like, that's an automatic red flag. It's like, nope, I'm not doing this. Like, some people say that they can never date people that have children. They can never marry people that have children. So no matter how attracted to that they are to that person, that's already a deal breaker. So they end it. By the way, go listen to my episode on deal breakers, you. So there's that. I need to end this episode in like the next 5 minutes. But yeah, guys. So why is it that you see a married man, you like him, you know he's married, and you know you don't do everything in your power to squash it? Maybe stop going to gatherings. You let it fester to the extent that you guys have a discussion. That's just all shades of wrong to me. Like, so wrong. Like, what's wrong with you, girl? And then, of course, there's the man that, like, disgusting, man. So, situations like that, like, that's just crossing a boundary that I would not do. Like, at least let the woman, I don't know if the wife had been dead for up to a year, but like, you guys, what do you think? Because at this point, I don't even know how to feel. Like, when you hear all these stories, when you listen to stories, when you read stories, you're like, what exactly is happening in the world? What exactly is going on with these people? Like, am I the only one that respects boundaries? Am I the only one with morals and values? Like, what's going on, man? So, you guys, I think everybody should actually just respect boundaries. And if you think it is something that's, it's not, like, for instance, maybe you have a friend and she dated somebody in the past, maybe when you guys were young adults or you guys were teenagers, and now she's happily married with children, like, and then you and that guy get in contact and, decide you want to start a relationship. Like, I don't think that's crossing any boundary. First and foremost, this person has moved on, is happily married, has a husband, children, and it's not like they dated like 2 years ago. They dated as teenagers, probably well over 10 years ago. As long as it's not like the man was violent towards her or like a narcissist or toxic person, like if he was relatively good. Because, some people actually break up on good terms. Maybe they're dating and then they suddenly realize that they don't have a compatible genotype. Now, for those of you that don't know, there's something called genotype. Can't read on it. I don't even have the energy to explain you guys. But yeah, so if you guys are dating and then you find out that, you guys are not compatible and you're not about to intentionally bring sickle-celled children into the world, and then you end on good terms, does that mean he should never get married? Or does that mean that maybe a friend you later make in the future cannot end up with him? Like, I don't see how that's crossing a boundary. Now, if the man beats me up, the man was wicked to me, and you were the one I came crying to, or maybe I just said you about my ex, and then you now decide that that same ex you want to go to, I'm deleting your number. Like, that means you support whatever he did to me. Like, there's no two way about it. But now, in a situation that maybe let's say somebody that was an alcoholic, and that was what triggered his violence, and then he has gone to rehab, he's been sober for 2 years, and he's doing really well for himself. You guys, it's still shaky, but I would not blame you for wanting to date such a person, because, technically all things have passed away. The person has moved on, the person has gotten taken care of, and probably the person is no longer violent, seeing as the person was only violent when he was drunk. So guys, let's wrap it up. So I'm just going to end this by saying that everybody should have boundaries, male or female. Respect the people you have relationships with, your friends, your partners, your husbands, wives, your parents, your siblings. Respect them, respect their struggle, respect what they go through. Have personal values and morals, and don't do things that you think would hurt them. In short, have a code. But like I said, at the end of the day, hold your mind. Know that nobody owes you anything. And some people don't believe in the girl code. They don't believe in the guy code. They don't believe in morality. They don't believe in respecting boundaries. And honestly, my friend said that he was going to buy me a book on positive thinking, because I said that when I make plans, there's always something in the back of my mind that prepares for disappointment. So honestly, I'm going to tell you guys, prepare your mind that it's possible that you may get disappointed and you'll be okay, because it may still hurt, but it's not going to be like you did not know. So guys, thank you for listening. Don't forget to share, subscribe, follow, add to your playlists. Do everything that you do to show that you love me, and I love you so much, and I can't wait to talk to you very, very soon. By the way, guys, we're in Aries season. So guys, thank you, and I will catch you very soon. Bye.